as a career coach, one of the things that the people I coach often ask me is, when they're looking for jobs, they're looking for a job, something that they're gonna love doing, or they've got passion for. And often with people starting businesses, you see people starting a business because it's something that they love doing, or they're passionate about. And I know I can probably feel your blood pressure rising from even across the Atlantic. This is something that you talk about in the book as not necessarily being the right way to go about when you're starting a business. Starting a business
Yeah,
is something that you love.
yeah. I call it the Wonder Twins of epically bad life advice, and it's called "Do What You Love and Follow Your Passion." Um, I mentioned earlier in my story that I failed a lot. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I failed a lot in my early business dealings. And that's because that's what I was doing. I was following my passion. I was doing what I loved. And here's the thing, the market doesn't give a shit. The market doesn't care what you love and what your passions are. The market only cares, what are you going to do for me? How much does this cost? And when can I get it? So you have to approach the market very selfishly, because the market is selfish. So you can't be selfish yourself. And the argument that I get from there is, well, I don't want to do, I don't want to do work that doesn't passionate, and I have no passion for that work. Well, work is generally not supposed to be passionate. Even today, there's a lot of work I do that I'm not terribly passionate about. I have to deal with Amazon on a daily basis. I'm not passionate about that. Um, I don't want to be famous. So, doing podcasts is not something I'm particularly passionate about. But I do it because I know it's a part of my meaning and purpose. A good example that I use about debunking this idea that you should, quote, follow your passion is, there are millions and millions of blogs out there that are just dead. They have one or two posts on them, and then the author abandons them. Well, isn't it safe to say that all those authors who started blogs and that they're now dead started that blog with passion, but yet now it's dead? So if following your passion was enough to create a market need, all those blogs would be active, but they're not. And the difference is the passion comes from the market. When it receives your offer, it receives your value and enjoys what you do. To further up that example, let's say you did start a blog because you're following your passion. And after the first blog post, your article that you've written was shared 1,000,000 times. It got millions of likes, comments up the yin yang. Well, do you think you're going to do another article? Of course you will, because you saw that the world valued your work, and that drives passion. Steve Jobs said in his speech at Stanford University commencement, do what you love. Now, I know he didn't mean to do what you love figuratively. He meant it that once the world appreciates your work, you are going to love what you do. And you think Jobs would be up there saying that if he was a perennial failure? No Apple, never created a Macintosh, never did anything, just failed one failure after another. Do you think he would still be saying, love what you do? Of course not. He loves what he did. He loves what he does because the market loved what he does. It appreciated his value. It appreciated what he contributed to society. So my argument is quit following your passion, quit doing what you love, and give the market what it wants. And when the market appreciates what you do, you also will love what you do. You also will feel that passion. When I get people telling me that, oh my God, your book changed my life. Your book, I started a business and now I'm on track for $10 million in sales this year. That generates an incredible amount of passion for me. And yet when I wrote the book, there were many times I was not passionate about writing it. So there's a very important distinction here that if we want to we want to engage the market with something that it wants and demands, not necessarily what we're passionate about.